Well, back here in the sunshine at Musselburgh, I'm joined by General Manager Bill Farnsworth. Sadly, not too many other people here, Bill, so my opening question, when are the crowds going to start to come back, particularly to racing in Scotland?
Yeah, great shame, isn't it? Lovely day. Sunday afternoon, seagulls, you can hear the seagulls. It is a lovely day, and I think I've felt it more today than any other day, that we've had some good local winners, but no cheers from a crowd. So we've worked really hard with the Scottish Government over the last month to try and do a pilot, but we just haven't got anywhere. We nearly got there on a few occasions, but not quite. So including today, yeah, and we really thought we were going to have crowds today, but anyway, there was no decision forthcoming, so we had to pull the plug on it. There was a meeting between Scottish Racing and the Minister for Public Health, Wellbeing and Sport. So he is the person who makes the decisions. Takes the decision to Nicola Sturgeon anyway, on Friday afternoon. But I really think they're back to the drawing board. I can't really give much optimism for crowds back in the near future.
What is the blueprint that you're asking? I mean, is there a number? Is alcohol involved? I mean, what's the blueprint? What are you expecting?
So we had a pilot plan for 500 people with alcohol, because we think having a drink is part and parcel of a day at the races, because it's not like football or rugby where you've got the event and people have a drink before and maybe a drink afterwards. Racing, you've got 7 or 8 events during the day with a perfect sort of 25 minutes in between, and that's what racing's all about. That's part of the event. So we do feel that having a drink is part and parcel of the day, a bit like having a glass of wine if you go out for a meal at a restaurant. So we are very keen to trial it that way, and we do think it's important that if we do a trial, that we do have alcohol, so that we can see how people behave after they've had a couple of pints or a glass of wine. So that's what we'd like to do, but those numbers may be too high for the Scottish Parliament. We have a plan at Musselburgh that is effectively, it's about 450 people, and that's using our restaurants, using all of our bar facilities. And that's about the maximum number we think we can accommodate in the winter, because we feel we're going to have people under cover. So we're not talking big numbers. And even if they said, you can have 1,000, I think at Musselburgh we're probably looking at about 450.
We've already had a good few hundred back for a rugby match at Murrayfield. Would you like to speculate and gaze into your crystal ball and sort of give us a date maybe when there might be crowds back at any of the meetings up here? Any of the courses up in Scotland?
Yeah, we're sort of writing off the flat season now. So our last flat season is the 12th of October, and we're struggling to see how we can have crowds back for the flat season. And our focus now is going towards the jump season, and that's quite a different plan to what we were hoping to do for flat racing. Because flat racing, you hope to get weather like this, more of an outdoor event. Jump racing, you expect to get hail and snow and rain and cold. So it is a completely different plan, and that is the number of about 450 that we think we can manage. So much reduced crowds, even if we are allowed to have people back on the course.
We could say about challenging times for racecourses.
Extremely challenging times, and difficult for us, but even more difficult for the big tracks, because their crowds are a bigger part of their business model than they are at a small track like Musselburgh. And during the winter, our crowds during the winter are sort of 1,200, 1,500 people in total. So if we have 450 members of the public, add on, a couple of 100, 300 owners, trainers, etc., we're talking 700-800 people. So it's not that far away from what we've previously had. But for the big tracks like Cheltenham, Ascot, that stage the big days, I think it's going to be very challenging for them.
Well, Bill, we don't miss many meetings here, so keep us up to date with developments, will you?
We will do, and hopefully when we start jump racing, we will have some people back.